my journey. All right, we are out here doing Uber again. Okay. Fortunately, I got the tips that I thought I was gonna get. So those two deliveries that I did ended up being $13.13, which was great. Okay, it's like at least I made minimum wage, like $7 an hour, right? Actually, it was less than minimum wage, if I want to be honest, because I was out riding around for 2 hours, and I got 2.5 hours, and I got $13.13. So let's face it, that's less than minimum wage. It is less than minimum wage. So I went out to the driveway and started cleaning out the Infinity. Okay? I'm cleaning out the Infinity. And I'm getting really sad, right? Because I'm like, damn it, I cannot just keep holding on to this vehicle. This vehicle is literally deteriorating out here in the driveway. I couldn't even use it. I couldn't drive that car even if I wanted, like an emergency getaway, right? I tried to give it a jump, right? It didn't want to start, but the battery was dead. The battery was dead. And so, yeah, I started cleaning out, the stuff in the car. I made arrangements to have it picked up on Sunday afternoon. And it made me so sad. Right? Because the car has been a part of my life. Oh, let's say, okay, I want to say at least 17, 18 years. Okay? Now, it hasn't always been running, but it's been in my driveway and it's been a part of my life. Let me see, when did I buy this electrical car? I bought this electrical car when they gave me the ultimate, problem. So I'm so sad because I'm only going to be getting like $400 for the car, but that's better than, having to pay someone, to come and pick it up. All right? I don't want to have to pay someone to come and pick it up. Right now, I have the time, the effort to, just sell it, like a junk car. And so that's how it's being sold. It's being sold like a piece of junk. Where is this place? Louisiana Fried Chicken? There it is. So yeah. Whew. Let's go ahead and get this order. Hold on, I got more to say. Okay, so because I'm having a hard time dealing with my emotions, right, of releasing this vehicle that I can't even use anymore, right, that's sitting in my driveway causing, just an extra piece of furniture, not really even furniture, but causing problems because sometimes I do have to wash it. I have to wash it down. I can't have it out there looking dusty and, you know, and I have to clean up the oil spills and, you know, and now it's not going to be a part of, you know, my environment. So
message from Vernicia C. Gate code number 1005.
Gate code 1005. Okay. So yeah, so yeah, I'm really disappointed. Really disappointed because I have a problem releasing anything of mine, okay? Some people will say that's, you know, like a hoarding problem, a hoarding situation, okay? But for me, you know, it's just, it's an emotional one. It's a possessive one, right? It's like, oh my God, I gotta release one of my possessions. Oh my goodness. And I'm just being dramatic about it. However, this is really how I feel. It is really how I feel. That when I have to get rid of possessions, right? Especially possessions that I wish I still could use, even though I can't use them, right? I wish I could still use it, but I can't use it anymore. Like the lawn chairs in the yard, in the backyard, right? I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, I can figure out a way, you know, tie some rope up there, and I can still put some cushions on there. Got rid of the original cushions, you know, bought some other cushions, you know, and it's just like, are you serious? Right? I rarely go out there and sit in the yard. Rarely. Did she say 1005? I think she said 1005. So yeah, and then I picked up this other order. It's a shop and deliver after I drop this one off. And then I guess I can go back home, you know, because, you know, I was just feeling some kind of way. I was. Right? Now, you know, I've been looking at vehicles. I have been looking at vehicles. So maybe this is just an indicator. You get rid of that raggedy ass piece of junk that's just sitting in your driveway. Maybe you can get a real car. Right? This vehicle that I'm riding in, this vehicle that I'm riding in, it's only short distances, right? And if I'm gonna be subject, let's just keep it real. If I'm gonna be subjected to have to turn here. This is not it. This is the Abraham's Road. If I'm going to have to be subjected to, you know, having to, if I'm gonna be subjected.
Phoenicia C says, needed door, 113, gate code number 1005.
Yeah, she gave me a gate code. Which building is it? 5714. This is 200. This is building 2. Where's building 1? Where's building 1? That's building 3. Is this building 1? Yeah. Where can I park? Can I park here? Resident parking here? $113. All right, hold on. Okay. So what I did was, since I was almost close to delivering this order, this pickup is at Albertsons, and I'm behind Albertsons right now. So all I need to do is just go around here and then hop over there to Albertsons. But like I said, you know, I've been looking at other cars and, you know, kind of wishing that, you know, I, you know, had the means and the money and stuff to get me a you know, a car, you know, that would help me go further than, you know, 17 miles an hour. Now, if I was to get me a job, you know, do I think I would just get rid of this car? Use it like as a down payment on something else? Possibly. But I don't even think I would get enough money. I don't even think I would get enough money, right? That it might even, you know, behoove me to just drag it behind me wherever I go, because at least then, you know, I would at least then I will I'm gonna back in too. Huh? And on. I felt pretty good about delivering her order because this lady was in a wheelchair. God bless her. Hold on. Okay, I always feel good when, I got all of the shopping items. That makes me feel just fantastic. Now I'm going to go deliver this to the resident. Okay. Oh, it looks like it's a house. I don't know why it still has this old address of 113 where I was on my screen, but that's not where I'm going. Oh, we're gonna have to change our attitude, right? Maybe a sparkling spice cider will help. Non-alcoholic, non-sugar, yes, straight from the food bank. So anyway, I'm gonna have to try to figure out some way to open up that back door in the car, because I gotta look through, the area where the spare tire is. I gotta remove my license plates, and yeah, that is what it is. It's just hard. It's hard emotionally, right? Now, of course, because I have heavy earth placements, right? I can work my pain. I can work when I'm in pain, and that will help me not to concentrate, which is why, I was gonna cry. I was gonna cry about my situation, and because I've had to give up a lot. I've had to sell jewelry. I had to sell all my jewelry. I've had to, try to sell items, and then there was a point where I was just like, my God, I got to get everything out of the house and just, get what I can for the house. And I'm still right there when it comes to the house. Except, right? I'm feeling like, hey, it ain't gonna make sense for me to, to try to leave out of the house at this point, right? I've been trying to wait until about June, okay? I've been trying to wait till about June. Then I'll want to leave. So, right, if I could leave about June. So if I get rid of the car, then, figure out some kind of way I had looked at a couple of vans, the vans. I've seen a couple of vans. I've seen a Ram. Work van, right? And I think it was like 18,000 or something, 20,000, something like that, right? And I'm like, dang, don't tell me that's my future. That is not the type of future. That was not the type of future You know, I forecast for myself. After I've worked so hard all my life that I would end up a transient, that's disappointing. For real, for real. So, yeah. Lakefront. Down here, next to the lake. Actually, this is my first time ever driving down this way. Well, we got a house for rent right there in the corner. And that's always an option. But what I'm gonna need to do with the money that I get, I'm gonna need to go through the credit counseling and file for bankruptcy. That's what I'm gonna need to do, because I cannot be doing this. Let's get out of here.
Charlie A says, leave a door. Gate code is 4213. You can leave items on the side stand by the door, thanks.
On the side stand by the door. 4213. 4213. 4213. Accepted another delivery from Whataburger. I think this Whataburger is this Whataburger off Beltline? Yeah, I think this is off of Beltline. Let me make sure, because it's having me go to the interstate. We will not be doing that. Yeah, so they want me to go all the way down here to 30, go down 30, then come all the way back. I don't, you know, that kind of backtracking is cool if, you know, that's what you want to do, but that's not what I'm gonna do, right? It's like, well, you're gonna go way out of your way just to hop on the freeway. No, we're not gonna hop on the freeway. We're gonna go up Rowlett Boulevard Whataburger is not that far from Albertsons. So that's the way we're gonna go. So, yeah. Anyway, I was hoping that they would have came to the door because I wanted to tell them, look, you know, this is the last, that was the last of the dates that you had wanted. They had other kind of dates, but they were organic. I didn't like how raggedy, you know, the case looked. One of the corners looked really raggedy. I don't know why. So, yeah. I think after this order, I won't be tempted to cry at all. Right? And I could probably just go on back home and settle down. Oh, one of the things that I had made because of the milk that I received from the food bank, right? The milk, you know, had passed its expiration date, right? But it still tasted good, right? And I'm sitting up here, you know, scrolling, and I come across this video that says milk expired, don't throw it away, make mozzarella. 2 ingredients. So I made some of that mozzarella today. I haven't tasted it yet, right? But I made it. Okay? And then I gave the whey milk juice or whatever you want to call it, right? I gave that to Gracie. I was gonna say to the pitties, but I think Gracie, as soon as I put it in the bowl, Gracie was slapping it up, you know. And she gets so eager, right? She gets so eager that, you know, you just stand out of her way. It's just like, huh. Right? That's one of those cases, like whoever wanted more gets it, right? And she'd be so eager that it seemed like she wanted more. And you best be careful not to get in her way. Cause she getting muscular. She just bump poor old Snoopy out of the way. Oh God. So yeah, this is a Whataburger delivery, and I hope I don't have to go too far. Yeah, they got a line here at Whataburger. Why? Why? Why they got a line at Whataburger? What? Anyway, we're gonna go inside. Since they got parking right over here.